Ray, hey, what's up? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's get ready for the market today. What you're looking at right now is Signet Jewelers. It popped around 13% this morning on announcements of its earnings, reporting stronger than expected fourth quarter earnings, benefiting from improved bridal trends. A lot of people getting married, jumping the broom, and Signet popped this morning. All right. Only way I would play this if it fades later in the day and it starts to drop. But just wanted to point that out. Another stock moving this morning as the markets are rebounding from yesterday's sell-off. We've seen Google, which fell significantly after its purchasing of a cybersecurity company. Uh, Nvidia. So Nvidia dropped yesterday significantly along with the whole tech sector. They see that it has a little bounce this morning, um, up to 119 potentially, but I just be careful. I expect it to chop around this area until we hear from Chairman Powell. So yeah, big news today. Powell is speaking later today, and we'll see. That's probably going to make the biggest move in the markets overall. Another stock that trying to bounce after getting an upgrade from Cantor Fitzgerald, and that was Tesla. So Tesla got down to its 222 low. I will say something about that 222 later, but and you see that it's already bounced almost $10 from yesterday lows till this morning. If it breaks above this level 234, Tesla could break out. If it starts to fade and stay in between 234 and 227, and we'll see what happens then after Powell speak. But let's point out this 222 level, which I wish I would have had an alert on. Let's see. You can see it on the 4 hour. You should, because I think it even shows up on the day. Yeah. Well, actually, it got even lower than that. But I saw it on a daily chart. Let's see if it shows there. You see, the last time it got down here to 209, it got to that was after hours, so it was around this 230 level, 222 at the end of this candle, and then you'll start to see after hours it got lower than that. But the next day it went all the way back up to 245. So now it got down here to 220. We'll see if it holds, but will we get a retracement back up here to 245, 250? Potentially with Tesla. So that's something to keep an eye on. We'll see if we get a reverse in the trend. We see the EMA is starting to cross above it, but that's on the floor. If it's going to hold, it got to break past this, stay above 232 and eventually 235. All right, let's take a look and see what the overall market is trending. Like I said, we did notice some positive movement back to the upside after yesterday's sell-off. All right, so yesterday we got down back here to 565. Looking at the 4 hour, kind of settled. Will we get a bounce back up here to 57.59? It's about $70 move, close to $100 move today. Potentially, like I said, with Powell speaking, if the market already knows what Powell is going to say and is confident in what he's going to be discussing concerning potential impacts to trade policies and economic growth and inflation, um, we'll see. The central bank is expected to maintain its benchmark of interest rates within 4.25 and 4.5% range. If that's already baked in the calculation, the market is feeling confident, then we can get a trend to the upside. So here we got a perfect look if we should go long on SPY or the Qs or anything else. And it's looking really positive now. If we can get above 56.80, 56.90, and then we can get back into that 5,700 area and range and go from there. So that's why the market is looking kind of bullish, and why we're probably looking at a few bullish setups. at least for the morning. Again, you have to be careful of these gap ups overnight and then weakness. But let's take a look at coin. So we see coin is breaking over this 183 level, 182. That's almost a range it opened up at yesterday. Um, Coin continues to hold. It got a good squeeze. Coin is definitely one of those that we're looking at, and it can probably get back up to previous days highs, back to the 189, 190 range. So we'll take a look at coin. What's another one that looks like it's setting up? Let's take a look at Baba. Baba had a very big day on Monday. See, this took off. A little bit of weakness here yesterday with the rest of the market, but still not as low. And now Baba looks like it wants to get back up to this 148 range. That'd be a $2 move this morning. So you take a look at that Baba. What about Home Depot? So Home Depot, one of the few stocks that had some strength yesterday, and that's due probably to the upcoming earnings. I think Lowe's has earnings this week. So you see Home Depot there. And there's a retrace on yesterday to 348. Now at 352. We want to get back up here and touch this 355 level. Got to get past 352. Gets past that. Then Home Depot probably wants to go back to 355. Then let's see if we got any more. Let's talk about it. Let's see about GE. So something's going on with Cat and Boeing this morning. Let's take a look at GE. So these are probably three. And this always gives us a sign of confluence. So not too much bad yesterday, just a lot of chop. But on Monday, GE took off with everything else. 201, 205. See if GE wants to stick to that. Let's go look at it in a shorter time frame, see if we see any weakness with GE. No, not really. Gets above this 202. We can get back to 205. Let's go see Cat and Boeing. And then we. All right, Cat doesn't give you a lot of pre-market data. So the charts don't really look that great. Got to kind of wait till the opening. Let's see what's happening. Closer to 9 o'clock. Now it says it's at 336 right here. So if we break above that, Cat looks either way. Let's see what Boeing looks like. So here is Boeing. This is a perfect, maybe a gap up into resistance and then a fade. So we see Boeing was up 162, back down. Yesterday, Boeing went down. They respected support and resistance. So unless something significant happens and Boeing breaks through 162 for a complete breakout, what do we expect? A potential fade in Boeing, probably back down from 162 to 160, maybe 160. It has to kind of break this 161 level. Yeah, 160. Then if it's a continuation all the way down to the downside, 158.59. So I might look at Cat and Boeing and see if they continue to hold strength or they fall. Home Depot, I pointed that one out. That one's looking pretty positive to the upside as well as coin. Last and least, just to show something that was looking pretty bearish, we do have announcements with a few stores, and that would be General Mills, Williams-Sonoma, and Ollie's today. Not major movers in the market, but something to pay attention to. Here's Target. Now, if Target breaks 104 to the short side, that would be something more I'm looking into. You have to break 105 to 106. To the long side, I'm probably not as interested in. But if it continues to fade, that's what I'll be looking for Target. Even if it moves up, I'll be looking for a fade on Target. All right. Well, that's it for today. If nothing else, I would probably do nothing and sit and wait till Powell speaks and then catch and then ride the trend with the spies or the cues. So that's kind of the plan for today. Information's been helpful. Like and subscribe. Check you out in the next one. Be blessed.